All these years, I've been calling it Patron.
Which is funny because we deal with patrons. Like, that's who we do as patrons.
So it's called what?
Patreon.
Patreon?
Yeah. It's like you're voluntarily paying.
Right. Which I subscribe to several. I am a patron of several.
You're like, I'm your patron saint.
Right. I'm your tequila saint.
I'm your tequila sunrise. I'm Adam.
And I'm Tina.
And we're
Brewing Theater.
Well, hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
What's going on in your world?
I've got to tell you, fall is my favorite time of year because of Alabama football.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
That's not why it's my favorite.
Well, I just
You know why it's my favorite?
Why?
This is your friend test.
Because of pumpkins?
I do love pumpkin spice. It's true. My inner sorority girl loves me some pumpkins. No, my birthday's October 7th.
Oh, that's right. Of
That's
course.
Right. It's my birthday. So anytime the air starts getting a little cooler, the leaves start falling, it's just that sensory thing.
And how old are you going to be, Adam?
Well, that's a mystery, isn't it? I'm going to be 50 this year.
Wow.
50.
A mere baby.
Yes. Well, compared to you.
Do not ask for my age. You are so rude.
Roll Tide. Anyway, we're talking about football, right? It's fall, it's football. What's happening at your house?
You know, Bryant-Denny is the biggest theater in town.
Well,
it holds 103,000 patrons. But
Yes.
so we also do theater in town, just not as big.
Not on that scale.
But if you think about it, football they have costumes.
Yes.
You know, they have players. Yes. Their coach is the director. I mean, we call movement in theater when you tell an actor to move somebody, we call it blocking.
They have blocking.
Blocking and tackling.
Sometimes they have good blocking.
Right. So
Sometimes
anyway.
not. That's when people get sacked.
You might
Same thing in the theater. You don't do good blocking as director, you might get sacked.
Right.
It's true.
And not unlike Nick Saban, I'm retiring.
But not like Nick Saban, not with millions of dollars.
Yeah. So
how do you make a small fortune in theater?
you start with a large fortune.
Yes. Speaking of which.
Let's talk about theater.
How to make a small fortune.
So we're going to talk about Crimes of the Heart.
Yes. Now this is way down the road. It's in the spring. We're enjoying the fall right now, but this will be in the spring.
Right. This is the Shelton State Theater show. It's our
show.
theater department show. So it will feature many of our students. But
and for the first time in the Theater Tuscaloosa / Shelton Directors Chair,
Molly Page.
Yes, the fabulous Molly Page.
Yeah, who's now teaching here at Shelton.
And if you've been following along in the Theater Tuscaloosa story, like Tina and I have, and we did for the last 14 years, and her longer, Molly Page is not brand new to us, though.
No.
Because she's been on our stages a number of times.
I directed her in The Miracle Worker, Drowsy Chaperone. She's been in
Sylvia,
yes,
huge hit.
Quite a few shows, so.
It's a dog of a show, let's be honest. If you've seen that
It's about a dog, people.
You'll know why that's funny. Did I go one dad too far?
You did. You went one dad joke too far. Anyway,
I'll
okay.
have to rein it in.
So, Molly is directing Crimes of the Heart. Crimes of the Heart is one of my favorite plays, actually, by a Southern playwright from Mississippi,
Henley.
Beth Henley.
Yes.
And it's about three sisters who are coming back together because of, I think,
Someone's dying. Grandpa?
yeah, somebody died. I can't remember.
Yeah, no,
but
these
anyway,
grandpas
but
about
then
to
one
die.
of the sisters is also now in trouble.
Big trouble.
She has shot her husband.
Yes, which you've been using as a how-to, right?
Oh, you were so bad.
Ernie's in
Ernie's
trouble.
always like, "Are you watching those How to Kill Your Husband shows again?"
I knew it.
Yes.
I knew it.
Anyway, that play's not about that. But
In
anyway,
memoriam for
but
Ernie Turley.
it is a Southern Gothic comedy.
Yes.
Has a little hint of Tennessee Williams, if you ask me. There's a lot of humor, but there's also some pathos. But there is a lot of humor in that show, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
These three sisters from Mississippi get together.
One has a kind of a failed acting performing career.
Comes in
she tried to go out to California. That didn't work out for her, so she's back.
One stayed there in Hazelhurst,
Right.
and then
The one that's driven to kill her.
No, there's one that's living there in their old home, and then the one that is married to the guy who she tries to kill.
Okay.
Still in the same town, but anyway, so it's just funny, and there's a funny neighbor, and I remember doing this show back in I think 2007 or 8, and laughing my head off. Had a good time, so I'm really looking forward to this.
This would be kind of like the Diviners. The Diviners, which we did, where we did a kind of a combination of Shelton students and members from the community.
Correct.
So even though it is our Shelton, what we like to call our Shelton featured show, those of you who are out in the community that like to perform and you see yourself in one of those roles, you should come audition because and the great thing about this is what I love about Theater Tuscaloosa and Shelton State is I love it that we can put these very seasoned, experienced actors right next to these students who maybe have never trod the boards before or just have limited experience in their high schools, and they get to work with these very seasoned performers.
Right. I'm excited about it, and we don't know where it's going to be because the theater is still not quite done.
We're still brewing that up.
We're still brewing that up to figure out where we're going to do the show, but Molly is going to be a wonderful director for it, and I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to seeing that play come back to life. Again, it's one of my favorite shows. So.
And if you're sitting there wondering, I've heard of Crimes of the Heart. That was a movie. Are they related?
There is a movie that was made of it with Jessica Lange.
Oh. Sissy Spacek?
Yes,
Was she in it too?
Yes, she was.
Okay,
So,
I remember this.
Yeah, so if you want to go watch that before you can watch the play, it's very
get in the feel.
Very similar. But
of course, they always change the scripts for movies, so you'll still be a little surprised when you come see this version.
But I think you will enjoy the show. It's a lot of fun, and it'll ring true because it's good Southern family comedy and drama.
Oh, absolutely.
All rolled into one.
It's all full of y'all.
All full of y'all. It's all full of y'all.
Chock full of y'all.
Oh, Adam, my cup is empty.
Y'all, mine is too.
Well, we just better get on down to the store. Get us some coffee.
I'll see you after a while.
All right.
All right, I'm Adam.
I'm Tina.
And we're Brewing Theater. Cheers.